My guest tonight stars in the hit ABC series Blackish. He also executive produces Freeform's Grownish and is the host of To Tell the Truth, also on ABC. He's everywhere all the time. Please welcome our good friend, Anthony Anderson. Thanks for being here in person.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Was it necessary to get the anal swab when I came in through the back door?
We were doing that long before COVID.
Oh.
That's something I was requesting since the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Did you mind it?
He keeps a scrapbook.
I have a scrapbook of celebrity anal swabs going back to 1994. So, eBay, watch out.
It wasn't as invasive as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
wait till you leave. There's one on the way out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's
yeah.
a different stick.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, thanks so much for coming in person. I always love talking to you, and we're doing a lot of these on Zoom. And then it's like Christmas for me when they tell me Anthony Anderson is coming in person, and I get to hear that laugh and experience you live.
Well,
That's so
thank you.
exciting.
Well, not unlike many of your other guests who come here live. I needed to get out of the house. Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just needed.
So
to
it's
break
not
away.
about me.
Yeah, no, it's about you too. It's about you too. You know, you're like that friend that someone could always use as an alibi. I'm just going out with Conan. You know, I'm just going out with Conan.
And no one's that threatened if you're hanging out with Conan. Nothing sexy's gonna happen. No ladies are gonna be around. Nothing too crazy's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah. Well, a lot to talk about. First of all, I've been thinking. I had the good fortune of taping a podcast with you, I want to say about a month and a half ago, and it was absolutely, you were hilarious. It was nonstop laughs the whole time. And I think we spent all of it talking about your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom is taking over, obviously she's a big part in your life, but she seems to have become a phenomenon in her own right now.
Yeah, she has become, man. You know, and you know, this was always her dream, Conan, you know, to do what we're doing.
Yes.
And to do what she's doing now. And it never panned out for her. Main reason, she's a horrible actress and really doesn't have the talent nor the discipline that it takes to make it.
Right. Here's the issue. The issue is she's showing up in places I wouldn't expect your mom to show up. She's on social media. She posted a TikTok silhouette challenge. And first of all, if I went on TikTok, I stay off TikTok because my kids would they would disown me if I went on TikTok.
Right.
No one wants to see me on TikTok. Your mom is killing it on TikTok.
She is, man. I had posted it on my social media page, man, and it got, you know, close to 152,000 views, man. And I was
that.
like,
I love
wow,
that.
you know, my mom is doing her thing.
Now, wait a minute. Let's show it. We have a clip here of your mom's TikTok challenge. This is a silhouette challenge, I guess it's called.
Yeah, it's a silhouette challenge.
All right, let's
yeah.
take a look at this and see
All
what's
right.
going on.
Playing her favorite game, bingo.
There she goes.
She's grabbing her nipples right now. They're down around her waist.
Oh,
Yeah, they're down around her waist. Oh, now she put them back up on her shoulders. Yeah. Look at that little dip.
Now, wait a minute. First of all, that was very entertaining. Second of all, when it cuts to the silhouette, I know it's supposed to be kind of erotic and sexy. I was also frightened. It had a horror movie vibe about it.
Well, it was horror-like as a son watching that, not knowing my mother, not knowing what she was about to expose or show.
And, you know, I don't know, first of all, how does she even know about this? Your mom, my mom, they're not supposed to know about this shit.
Well, my mom is a young 67, man. She still has her ear to the street. She rarely hangs around people her age. And just likes to be amongst the people, man. You know, we have lots of cousins, young cousins. She has lots of young nieces and nephews that are around her. They keep her hip.
So she picks up on how young people speak, how they behave. She's picking up on all that.
She's picking up on that, man. I remember one time I was telling her to meet me someplace, and she was like, "What time I need to be there?" I was like, 8. She's like, "Say less." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Who you been talking to?"
Say less. I
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah, say less. I
Now,
was like,
say less
okay.
isn't a put down, right?
No, it's not a put down. It's like, I got you. You don't need to say any more. Say less.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to go over at my house. When I go home and my wife says, "Okay, well, anyway, I was thinking," and I go, "Say less." You're going to hear about a homicide.
Yes. Yeah,
A
yeah.
homicide. Conor O'Brien was shot and killed today.
You have to know when to work it in.
Yeah, I would not know that.
Yeah.
Now, is your mom, is she gambling still? Because I know she loves gambling, but
She
there's
started-
COVID. There's
she
COVID.
started off her TikTok playing bingo.
But is she,
Conan?
I know she's playing bingo, but can
Yes.
she can play for money?
She can play for money. They just recently opened her bingo hall this past Monday. So she's back.
Oh, so how has she been playing bingo while the bingo hall must have been closed for a year?
The bingo hall has been closed for a year. She found this place out in Rosemead where they converted a drive-in to drive-in bingo. You roll up in your car, they give you a pad, and they give you your daubers or your placemats to play. And they would read the numbers, and it would come over the radio station, like the movies do.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And if you got a bingo, you lay it on your horn, and then they would come over and check your car. Bingo, bitch! And they would just come on over there like, yeah, she bingoed. She got the bingo. She got the giant X. She got it.
I gotta say that maybe should continue even after everyone's vaccinated, right? Maybe we should keep doing it that way.
I would love to go to drive-in bingo, man, with my mom.
Yeah, the idea of leaning on the horn.
Yeah. That's fascinating. She invited me, but I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got other things to do.
I got other things to do.
It's funny because a lot of there's like this, I don't know, it's kind of like a celebrity fantasy of I'm gonna buy my mom a house,
Yes.
and I'm gonna, that's like the dream. Like I'm gonna make it in the business, and then I'm gonna go up to my mom and I'm gonna say, "Mom, here are the keys."
Right.
And it's this, and I know that you wanted to do this for your mom,
That was the dream.
but you encountered some difficulties.
That was the dream. Well, I encountered some difficulties, but that came later. So the dream was, okay, I'm gonna get my mom a house, and then things didn't happen as quickly as I wanted them to, and then my mom got tired of waiting. She was like, baby, you ain't gotta buy me no house. Just keep funding my bingo habit. I was like, shit, I'd rather buy you a house. It's cheaper that way. But so recently, with my mother's newfound fame and all of this, my mother can afford to go out and buy her own home on her own now. But she's still holding my feet to the fire on this promise that I made to her years ago as a child, that I would buy her a house whenever I made it. So I got a realtor, and we were looking at places out by my mother where she lives in the South Bay area, Bellflower, where we grew up, in LA and Compton and all that. And then I recently purchased a new home, and I'm having it remodeled. And she was like, "What you gonna do with this house?" I was like, "I don't know." She was like, "Let me move in it." I was like, "I'll think about it." So me saying I'll think about it was her saying, "I'm moving in Anthony's house. He moving out. He gonna give it to me." I was like, "No, Mom, that's not what I said. I wanna live out by you." Okay. My realtor starts looking out for homes in the valley. We find 5 homes. My mother goes to the first one. As I'm walking out of the house to go meet her at the house, "I'm not moving in this shit." "Well, Mama, why?" "Wait, the street's too narrow."
She went there ahead of you?
She went there ahead of me, got there ahead of me to scout the place out. I was like, "Mom, the realtor's there. Why don't you just go in the house and look at it?"
Yeah.
"I ain't moving into this shit. Mama, the streets are too small. I don't want this shit." "Mama, just go in the house."
So she wouldn't even go inside.
She wouldn't go. I said, "Mama, you're there already. She's literally parked in front of the house." I said, "Ma, just walk in." I was like, "Okay, you don't have to get this one. Just walk in. It may spark something for something that you may like down the road. Now, meet me at the next one." I was like, "All right." So before I could even get directions to the next one, my mom is already at the next one and called me. She said, "Boy, what the is wrong with you? Why you got me looking at this place?" So I found a nice little compound, because my mother doesn't want to live alone. She wants her assistant to live with her. She wants my sister to come by.
Right.
So I found a nice compound on an acre of land that had a main house and 2 satellite homes on it.
Nice.
It needed a little TLC.
Sure.
But I wanted my mother to see what you would get for the same amount of money that you're going to pay down there someplace, what you would get in the valley. Come look at it. And she was like, why you send me here? Look at all this dirt and trees and shit.
What's wrong with trees? Trees are good. I've never heard of one of these trees.
Yes, I was like, Mama. So she didn't even go into that one. There was a third one, and she drove up to that one and said, you know what? This shit too far. I'm not moving out in the valley, and left.
So what do you do?
I never left my house that morning. She never let me leave the house to get to the properties to look at. So I removed myself from the home search, and she found a home in Carson or Torrance, down the street from Drunk Bobby, her best friend. Bobby, she lives on the west side of the street, and my mother lives on the east side, and it's about like an 8-minute walk to each other's homes. So that's where she is. And she called me the other day, and she's like, they're remodeling. I'm in escrow. I'ma call you, or they're gonna call you, let you know when you need to write the check. I was like, okay, Mama, that's what I'm gonna do. She's moving in April 13th.
But isn't that a good, I mean, obviously the fantasy is, Mama, you've always wanted your own house. Yes, I have. And you toss her the keys.
Yeah.
You've got one. And of course, it's not going to be that simple.
No.
But I know on that day when she moves in and you write that check, that's going to be a great feeling.
No, it is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. Yeah,
I got to do that when I first made some money. I wanted to buy my mom a car. I was told her when I was a kid, Mom, someday I'm going to buy you a car. And I remembered this is going to be really fun. And I took my mother, and she kind of talks like, she's very proper.
Right.
And she talks a little like this. And I took her to the dealership, and I said, do you like any of these cars? And she said, I don't like the color black. It was like, I don't like black cars, and I don't like blue cars. I don't want black or blue. And I'm like, you're ruining the moment. Which one do you want? It can't be black and it can't be blue. I know. I'm just trying to have this be like a fun.
Right.
Well, I just think black, it looks like you're going to a funeral, and blue, it gets very dirty. I know. You've told me that. And so we couldn't get past that.
So you didn't get her a car?
No, we did get her a car, but it was taking all the fun out of it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
instead of like, I can't believe this is happening, and hugging me.
Right. Yeah, that's how it is with my mom. And because of her bingo habit, I just can't give her cash. I can't write her a check.
You really can't give her an ATM, because that's going to get out of control.
Yeah, I can't give her the money. I can't trust her with the money to go buy whatever it is that I said I was going to buy her. So that's why she's having the bank and the escrow people call me, and I'll just send it to them. But I got my mother a car once.
Yeah.
Yeah, never again.
No, right?
No, never again.
didn't go well.
I'm gonna tell you a car story. My mother called me one day. She had a little SUV, and she said, baby, I want to get a new car. I was like, okay, I'll help you get a new car then, if that's the case. You know, let's take that one, let's go trade it in, see what we can get for it, and I'll get you something. She said, no, I'm gonna keep this one. I was like, okay, but Mom, why are you gonna keep it? She's like, well, you know, just in case my friends need help moving. I was like, Mom, you're 63. What friends of yours need help moving at this age? Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it. I was like, Mama, that doesn't make sense for you to still keep this car note, go out and have me buy you another car just so you can keep this car around in case your friends need help moving. I was like, your friends. I was like, go to them and ask them to help you buy a car then, if that's what you're holding out on.
Yeah.
So I didn't
get her a moving van.
I didn't get her the second car, and so
Right.
she went out and got it on her own, and still has the SUV to help her elderly friends move in case they need to move.
I have to give you credit, though, because your mom, she's a character. She doesn't sound like she's always easy, but you are working with her.
Oh, yes.
She is co-hosting To Tell the Truth with you.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I could not work side by side with one of my parents. I love them, but I
Right.
couldn't do that. What's it like? How did she get this gig?
You know what? I had already had the gig. We hadn't started
Right.
production yet. And I got a call that Steve Harvey wanted me to do Celebrity Family Feud. And I was like, okay, cool. So I bring my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my aunt. And so it's the 5 of us. And the first question out of the gate, where would a naked magician pull a rabbit out of? And I'm up there with Steve and the other contestant with my hand behind. Boom, I hit the buzzer first. Anthony. I was like, his ass, Steve. Boom, number 1 answer. All right.
Yeah.
Turn to my mom and them. We gonna play, baby, we gonna play. I was like, Steve, we gonna play. So we go back. Known Steve 25 years. He's known my mom just as long. So there's a relationship there. So he knows something wild is about to come out of my mother's mouth. He was like, Miss Doris, question to you is, where would a naked magician pull a rabbit out of? And she looks Steve dead in his eye and says, his nuts, Steve. His nuts.
It's not possible.
Yeah, exactly. Steve cries, shuts down production for maybe 5 to 7 minutes. The crowd is going crazy. We gather ourselves. Of course, the answer's not up there. We end up losing to Toni Braxton and her family.
As one does.
Yes. So the producers come over, who actually produce Family Feud. They produce, it's Fremantle. They produce To Tell the Truth. They're like, Anthony, we'd like to talk to you about your mom. I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I told you she was a live wire. I was like, you know what? You never know what's going to come out my mama. I'll talk to her. Everything's cool. And I'm like, no. We loved what she said. We loved what she did. What do you think about her, your mom being your co-host on To Tell the Truth? I was like, I think you can write a bigger check than I can, and I'm all for it.
This is great. This is going to take care of all your problems.
Yeah, and that is how my mom got on To Tell the Truth.
Good for her.
And we've been rocking out for 6 seasons now.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And so she's able to travel.
Is she blowing a lot of that money on bingo? Or is she...
Remarkably not.
Right.
My mother has never been one to save money. As soon as she gets it, it goes out. And that's why we never had anything as kids growing up. But that's another story for another couch and another therapist.
Yeah.
But no, so my mom has done well.
Yeah.
She's been able to save. She's been able to get her credit right. She's been able to get a financial plan in order. And she's about to buy her own home and have money in the bank. So yeah, she's learned. It took 67 years, but she's learned.
You should start hitting her up for money.
She would never give it to me. My mother would call me at the height of me making movies. Let's say Kangaroo Jack. Kangaroo Jack made $100 million. My mother always thought that $100 million, the vast majority of that went to me.
Yes.
So my mother would call me. She said, boy, Kangaroo Jack did $100 million. You think you can let me hold 50,000? No, Mama.
That's not how it works.
No, it's not how it works. It's actually, my mother would call me for 50 grand at a time, Conan.
Yeah. You got to move around fast. You got to change your number.
Yeah.
Make it very hard. Well, listen, this has been an absolute joy. Next time, bring your mom.
It's over?
We did it. We did it. We spent, and you know what? I don't think all we did was talk about your mom. So again, every time you and I talk, it's your mom. So next time, if you're running late, you can send her ahead.
Okay, I will.
But she'll probably call you and be like, I'm not doing this shitty show. Mom, just go inside. No. There's too many trees. There's dirt. I don't want the shit. Blackish airs Tuesdays at 9 on ABC. Grownish airs Thursday nights at 8 on Freeform and is available the next day on Hulu. Anthony Anderson, you made my day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure, Conan.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.